Yo, what's going on? My name's Drunky. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Thanks for being here and checking out my top 5 2020 games. This kind of year where I branched out and did a lot of variety games on the channel. I'm not just playing Fortnite, we're not just doing Valorant. We're actually looking at all games. I want to make a video about what I thought of the year 2020, looking back in games. So here's my list for the top 5 games of 2020. If you don't agree, let me know down in the comment section below. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you're new here to the Drunky channel, make sure you subscribe so you can come back for more. That's all I got for the intro. Okay, let's all right, the first one up on the list coming in at top 5, so I got the bottom of the top, would be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. A lot of people didn't really like Assassin's Creed and where it was going. They kind of took a lot of the assassinating out of Assassin's Creed over the last couple of games. I thought Assassin's Creed is a series that kind of brought all that back. You know, you don't just have to be a warrior or like an archer dude. You can actually assassinate your way through this entire game. It was a fun playthrough. I thought the characters were great. Sigurd was fantastic. His wife was cool, especially that you got to bang her. Thumbs up for everyone that did. You're the real ones, I guess. Probably not. Also, I enjoyed the way they brought the Icy back into this one with like the big Odin stuff and him being part of your mind too and trying to take over your body. I thought that was very cleverly written. The game was well acted. Voice acting was good. I thought the graphics in this game were some of the most impressive up to the day in the series. The vistas, the views of Finland and Norway and England. I loved every bit of it. The combat systems were fantastic in this game. I thought that the weapons and the RPG, the way you like leveled up everything, I loved how they did the weapons this one, man. It's a big improvement over Odyssey where everything just kind of felt meaningless. I loved it. Great job, Ubisoft. Great job. You know, Valhalla coming back. Assassin's Creed kind of feels like it's back. I can't wait to see where they take the series. And the next one, they planted a lot of nice little seeds for the story going forward for the Templars and the Assassins. Should be some fun stuff. So Valhalla, that's top 5. Good job, Ubisoft. You're back on the list. You made the top 5. Odyssey and Origins wouldn't have been top 5. Valhalla, top 5. All right, next up, the number 4. Coming in at the number 4 slot, the most important one. Not really. Would be The Last of Us 2. A bit of controversial. A lot of people don't agree with it. I think this is one of those games where it's either like on the top of your list or it didn't even make your list at all. You know, I thought Naughty Dog did some really interesting things with the story that I wasn't expecting. Joel getting his like face kicked in or whatever in the very beginning. Didn't see that coming. Spoiler alert. Having Abby be the one to kill Joel, and then by the end of the thing, you actually like Abby, and you're like, Abby, you're cool and you have motive and you have this whole life that you lived, and it's hard for you two to live in this whole post-apocalyptic world. How the hell did they get me to care for Abby when she killed Joel? Great storytelling. Gameplay mechanics much improved over Last of Us. I thought Last of Us 1 stealth elements were a little bit cheesy, and this one AIs were fantastic. I thought all the humans were natural, especially creeped out by all the monsters once again. It felt like the stealth, you could play this whole thing without even getting noticed once. A great job from Naughty Dog on the stealth mechanics of this game. Big thumbs up. It's why it's hitting the number 4 slot. I don't know what they're going to do with this series, but now that they've been like so bold to tell this type of story where they kind of really take Ellie takes a backseat for a large part of the Last of Us 2 and then having her come back into the end. I can't wait to see where they take Last of Us 3. I don't know if this is going to be like an epic trilogy, but I'm here for it. HBO shows, sign me up. Okay, top 4. Top 4, good job. All right, coming in at number 3. Number 3 would be Cyberpunk 2077. First and foremost, I'm gonna address all the bugs. Everyone who's just gonna be in the comment section below being like, bro, the bugs are so... I know. That's why it's at number 3. If it wasn't for the bugs, this thing would have been number 1 at the top of the list because this game is so impressive. I'm not sure if I've ever been so fully immersed in the game, even with the bugs. This world, this like Blade Runner, Night City, post-apocalyptic world was just crazy to be in, bro. I can't believe what CD Projekt Red was actually able to pull off, and the scope and the scale of this game, dude. Like the mega skyscrapers that go up so high up top, and then you got all the vistas. You're out in the Badlands with all the nomads and stuff. There's just the scale of this game. I just felt like I was this little tiny person in this massive world, and it's the most immersed I think I've ever felt in a video game. I loved it, even with the bugs. Visually, this game is on a whole nother level. Like, it was so ambitious to try and create what they did and tried to get it to be so believable that I can't wait for them to fix this game so I can go back. This might be my top game of 2021 when all the bugs get fixed. I feel like it's going to be a little bit different. I do wish the story was a little bit more customizable based on the choices that you made in the game. You know, I felt like the ending didn't kind of hit. I felt like instead of getting a really tailored ending, it was more so you got like ending A or ending B or ending C, instead of like, hey, you got ending A1 or ending A3 or ending A4. You know, I wish those, like, the very ending paths were a little bit more branching and stuff, but it's, you know, it's a story they wanted to tell. I can't knock them for what I want. I can only knock them for what they, you know, promised me. And did they? I don't know what they did. I don't know what the hype was in that game anymore. I'm so lost. I don't know what they promised. I don't know what they delivered. It's just, okay, it is what it is. Third slot definitely goes to Cyberpunk 2077. I thought CD Projekt Red delivered a really great game. I can't wait to see the improvements, but I'm a high-end PC user. You know, this beast over here, it plays games at a very high level, so I didn't have as many problems as other people. Maybe if I played this on console, this would not even be on the list. I don't know. I don't play console. So here we go. That's top 3. All right, coming in at number 2, we have Immortal Phoenix Rising, which is really just one of the biggest sleeper hits I've ever felt in a video game ever. If you would ask me in July of 2020 what my, you know, if this game would be on my list, I would say no. Why would it? It's just an Assassin's Creed ripoff game. Completely wrong. This game is a wholly realized world. The Greek mythology within it is fantastic. I think it's one of the best written games of the year, and maybe in the last decade. The dialogue in this game, like, you know, the main story is kind of generic. You're a Greek normal person. Oh wait, psych, you're the child of a god. Who would have thought? Greek mythology, and the world's gonna end. But the writing of this game, when it comes to the dialogue, Zeus and Prometheus just making kind of like the dad jokes and chiming in on their narration while you're playing through it, was super clever. The way they bring everything in together at the end was really fantastic. The writing of this game had me laughing out loud, just hysterically. It was a riot, man. The writers on this game were so good. Kudos to them. Gameplay mechanics of this stuff, dude, the combat felt really crisp. All the puzzles felt really fun to play through, very creative. It had me thinking it a couple of times. I know I'm like a Mesa genius, but I even had to like stop and be like, how do I do this one? And there were so many puzzles, and they never really felt like they got repetitive. I played the game for like 60 hours. I did every puzzle I could find, and it was just super fun throughout the whole time, man. Dude, Ubisoft, why isn't the Assassin's Creed series as good as Immortal Phoenix Rising? Why isn't it as creative? I loved it. Developers Immortal Phoenix Rising, you guys did a spectacular job. If people haven't checked this game out, you have to look at this game. It's got to get on your list sometime. You got to play it in 2021. It was a standout game that I thought wasn't gonna be anywhere near as good as it was. You know, it almost had like no right to be as good as it was. It was just so crisp, and there was like no bugs. It's like one of the only games I played that I didn't have bugs when I played through it. I felt like a kid again. The game was so polished, you know what I mean? All right, so number 2, that goes to the Immortal Phoenix Rising. Great job, everyone over there at the Ubisoft studios. Let's move on to number 1. Coming in at number 1, Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, I think, is one of the best visually realized games that will ever be creative. Every game on this list technically is great. High resolution textures, so many polygons and all of the characters, so much good lighting going on, you know, rays and the sun and the sunsets. Everything's beautiful now, right? This game did something different. Not only was this technically good, the way they did the visuals, the way they did the colors is something that I don't think most movies even capture anymore. The colors and the visuals were so creative and so stunning. The way they held back shades of colors, you know, you'd be going on scenes and you wouldn't really see red for a little bit and it'll be all grayed out, and then like boop, look at all this red going on across the screen on all the flowers, and look at all the yellow. Like they hold stuff back so they can, you know, move you with colors in another part. And it's just something that I wish more people would pay attention to. It's like the art direction, not just the technicality of the art direction was fantastic, and probably the best part about this game. And that's saying a lot because everything else was so good in this game too, right? The gameplay of the game, I love the combat mechanics. A lot of people knocked it for being a little bit simplistic. I kind of enjoyed it being a little simplistic. Maybe I'm a simplistic person, I don't know. Put me up in a cabin with this game and, like, you know, I don't want to call anyone or use internet. I'll just play this game. It's good. Keep it simple. It's fun. It's fun. And I think one of the other elements of this game that really delivered it at number 1 for me would be the story they told. You know, this isn't like an end of the world game. You know, the stakes are kind of small of what's going on. You know, for the players or the characters in the world, it's big because it is their world. But the entire world isn't going to be destroyed. Humanity is not going to get wiped out. The story they're telling is more about like the duty versus your family and your loved ones, and the uncle and Jin and them like clashing, and the story of Jin's father and him walking in the same footsteps, and the kind of parallels between that, and the uncle seeing it within Jin when the uncle saw it within his brother. Like, dude, oh, I loved it. I love the duty versus family in it. And then you have all the side characters, and the side characters telling this whole bigger story about war and what's going on in like the countryside and the smaller parts, more than just like the shoguns and the big people. Dude, the storytelling of this game, they knocked it out of the park. The acting, the voice acting from all the characters, the mocap on everything, you know, the uncle, all his like furrowed brows, you could like all this, he would do this stuff, and like you knew what was going down. You know, Jin, just his optimism through like, you know, really dark ninja stuff. Even like the baby Bowser dude, the big Kong guy, like his stuff, he was terrifying, bro. I loved it. Ghost of Tsushima, #1 game of the year. You better be checking it out, okay? There it is. There's my top 5 games of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys agreed with me, or I don't hope you agreed with me. I hope you at least agreed with my reasoning on my top 5 games of 2020. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what your top 5 is, why you think I'm so dumb for my list. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed this on your way out, and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here. Also, here's some other stuff I do on YouTube. Blip, 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 all this stuff. You can check all that out. That is it for the video. I will see you guys next year. Happy New Year's, everybody. Hope you guys enjoy your holidays. Bye, everybody.